We were saying at the top there that Andy Burnham could find out as soon as this weekend whether or not he could stand in Makerfield. Well, it could be happening even sooner than that.
Yeah, it's already happened. We've just had confirmation from a Labour Party spokesperson saying that the ruling body, the National Executive Committee, has today given permission to Andy Burnham to stand in the candidate selection process in the forthcoming by-election for the Makerfield constituency. So this doesn't mean that he definitely is the candidate, although I find it really hard to believe that this goes any other way now than him being the candidate. But this means that a process will open up now within the Labour Party to pick the candidate for that by-election, and other people can put their names forward if they want. I mean, it would be, I think, surprising if too many people contested it, but maybe you might find some people deciding to have a pop, and then there will be the usual process that goes through, and then I think by about early next week we should start to get an indication of whether Andy Burnham has actually made it through that process and will be on the ballot. Then we wait for the date, which of course there are sort of parliamentary processes around that. The writ needs to be moved. I'm not even sure whether Josh Simons has officially been appointed to one of these two offices that means that he officially resigns his seat yet. I haven't seen any official email from the government about that. So I assume, at the moment anyway, he's still, in theory, the MP for Makerfield. But things moving fast and a very, very different outcome, clearly, to the one we had before when the NEC blocked Andy Burnham. This time, he will be allowed to stand to be the candidate. Obviously, we wait until next week to find out whether he actually will be on the ballot.
Yes, things moving fast. Maybe that's why he's working on his running in his Everton shirt around Greater Manchester. In terms of the opposition, both in the constituency of Makerfield and also for Greater Manchester Mayor, which is what he would have to give up if he ran in that, well, Reform are eyeing both of those possibilities, aren't they? Yeah,
Reform very bullish about their chances in the Makerfield constituency, saying they will be throwing everything at it. You look back to the local elections, seems like a lifetime ago, but only 8 days ago now, they won every single ward on a local council level that make up that Makerfield constituency. So you can see the sort of battle lines of that campaign being drawn already. Reform will be trying to paint it as someone that is basically using the constituency, using voters to try and further his own political ambitions to become Prime Minister. And I think there will be a balance that will have to be struck in the Burnham campaign about how they take that on. As in, he is clearly going to be chased around by journalists all the way through this campaign and being asked whether at what point he launches a leadership bid if he does get this seat. It would be disingenuous for him to sit there and say, oh, the thought had never crossed my mind. But equally, I don't think he wants to, he won't want to sound like this is just a stepping stone to number 10. I think that was clear in his statement yesterday when he talked about working hard for every vote. So, look, the pollsters that have been going through this seem to think it would be tight. It may well be that his personality and his personal polling and that poll does get him through. But look, it's not straightforward and it's not a slam dunk. So it's going to be a fascinating month or so ahead.